Introduction. The premise of a ketogenic, or keto, diet is very low carbohydrate consumption, moderate protein consumption, and lots of fat. Keto is similar, but not the same as the Atkins diet, a widely known low-carb, high-fat diet. On Atkins, you wean yourself off carb consumption slowly. A keto diet calls for an immediate reduction in carb intake to kick the body into a state of ketosis. Your metabolism is how the body transforms food into fuel. Carbohydrates get processed into glucose, sugar. They are the body's primary source of energy, and when there's not enough glucose to do the job, the body is forced to burn fat instead. That is the metabolic state of ketosis. What is keto? Keto is a beneficial change in diet for people trying to lose weight. There is a significant reduction in the consumption of carbohydrates. In the United States Department of Agriculture's USDA New Dietary Guidelines, fruits, vegetables, and grains make up 75% of the recommended diets. For a standard ketogenic diet, 70% is fat, 20% is protein, and 10% are carbs. Zoppy 2021. When carbs are reduced from 75% to 10%, the body is thrust into ketosis. It begins burning fat instead of glucose. Should you expect some sugar cravings? Yes, but hold on, because you're starting the journey to a healthier you. If you've struggled with other diets, keto may be a good alternative for you. The first week, you may dream of chocolate chip cookies. By week 2, you'll be amazed how sweet a slice of green pepper tastes. One helpful note if you're trying to lose weight: keto leaves you feeling full. There's no starving yourself. The high fat content of the food leaves you satiated. No listening to your stomach growl after a lunch of low-fat yogurt and a couple of carrot sticks. Have a burger, just hold the bun. Enjoy shellfish, a ribeye, or rotisserie chicken. It's easier than ever to eat out without blowing your diet. If you like to cook, there are keto recipes galore. This is a style of eating that has staying power. A healthier you. A high-fat, low-carb diet has health benefits that extend beyond weight loss. The following chapters will discuss them in full detail. We do need to note that not all keto diets are the same. Greeks Go Keto is a new hybrid ketogenic diet that honors an authentic Mediterranean food plan. It's called Clean Keto. Greeks Go Keto is focused on nutritional value and farm-to-table cooking. Founded by Apollonis Kapsalis, a nutritionist in Greece, this keto diet returns to its Mediterranean roots, sticking to foods and fats historically found in the region. It's keto with an emphasis on eating clean while losing weight. Let's take a look at how ketogenic diets work. Chapter 1. The Science of Keto. Keto has its basis in science. It was first used in 1921 to treat epilepsy patients and has been proven scientifically sound for weight loss. But how does eating mostly fat turn into losing weight? Fat is the replacement for glucose. Two traditional methods for improving the taste of food are 1. Add fat, or 2. Add sugar. Low-fat diet foods have the fat removed and replace it with sugar. Fat is physically satisfying, so many people following low-fat diets report feeling hungry. Starving yourself to lose weight is not a sustainable solution. Initially, fat was the dietary boogeyman. The idea that added fat was better than added sugar wasn't given any serious credence from the 1950s to 1970s. Mozaffarian et al., 2018. From the 1970s on, chronic diseases became a focus for food science and nutrition. Obesity and its related health issues were reaching a crisis point by 2017. Today, over 30 million people have type 2 diabetes. Heart disease is the leading cause of death. The positive outcomes of a keto diet for treating obese patients was documented as early as 2004. Masood and Apaluri, 2019. Yet, 20 years later, well-meaning organizations like the American Heart Association still claim saturated fat is proven to raise cholesterol levels. Studies by the University of California in San Francisco indicate that following a keto diet significantly reduces LDL, bad, cholesterol. University of California, San Francisco, 2010. Even with evidence, it's challenging to overcome years of misunderstanding. The concept of nutrition has traditionally been singular. Some foods are good, others are bad. Fat was considered bad. Sugar was never good, but it wasn't considered particularly harmful either. We know better now. Overview. Keto diets follow a similar model as the Mediterranean diet in terms of carbohydrate to fat ratio. They vary on the types of food to eat. A Mediterranean lifestyle relies on fresh vegetables, locally sourced meat and fish, and eating few to none processed foods like bacon or bologna. Mediterranean eating is fresh. Keto diets have no specific guidelines on eating fresh or processed foods. Marrows are the ratio of fat to proteins to carbs and define the plan. You count the percentage of each macro you consume, similar to counting calories. If that's all you consider, you may be practicing lazy or dirty keto with no thought to proper nutrition. It's not surprising that a healthy lifestyle built on diet soft drinks, fast food, or pork rinds is hard to believe. There are variations of ketogenic diets that modify the amount of carb to fat ratio. The standard keto plan allows 70% fat, 20% protein, and 10% carbs. High-protein keto adds more protein by reducing fat and lowering carbs, 60% fat, 35% protein, and 5% carbs. Cyclical keto offers 2 carb cheat days, 5 days a week on standard keto and 2 days off. Targeted keto allows the consumption of extra carbs in conjunction with an intense workout. Mohan and Shilpa, 2018. Weight loss. If you are serious about losing weight, the cyclical keto is the least likely to help. The carb cheat days disrupt ketosis, which is how weight loss is achieved. It also indicates a lack of commitment to the diet plan. If you aren't ready to let go of carbs, this may not be the right eating plan for you. The first week of keto can be a heady experience. As with many other diets, you can expect a significant drop in weight. Don't get too excited, it's mostly water weight. The larger your body, the more significant the initial loss will be. The longer you adhere to keto principles, the more pounds you'll shed. A keto diet reduces your body mass index and lowers your cholesterol. Because of the anti-inflammatory properties of a high-fat, low-carb diet, it can be easier to lose belly fat, Gower and Goss, 2014. Obesity is considered a low-grade systematic form of inflammation. Current research suggests that reducing inflammation can positively affect obesity-related health problems like diabetes and heart disease. Keto's ability to lower inflammation was first explored during treatment of epilepsy in 1921. Research on potential keto benefits in treating other brain disorders is ongoing. Small studies regarding keto and Alzheimer's disease have shown positive results. Phillips et al. 2021. Understanding ketosis. The food we eat is the fuel for our body and brain. Our brain in particular requires lots of fuel to function properly. The traditional source of that fuel is carbohydrates. The carbs we consume produce glucose, sugar, and the insulin needed to process the glucose in your bloodstream. Glucose is the body's primary energy source. Once the body has sufficient sugar to fuel itself, the insulin processes the excess as fat. Because glucose is only stored for a short period, a low-carb diet can force the body to find another source of energy. Ketosis is the metabolic process that does just that. Ketosis occurs when your body has an insufficient supply of glucose to produce energy. The body can only store a small supply of sugar. When it's gone, the liver converts fat into ketones, which are burned for energy. Simply put, fat becomes your body's fuel. When you begin keto and reduce your carbs, the body runs out of glucose quickly. You start burning fat within 2 to 3 days. The longer you follow the macros, the more weight you can lose. Am I in ketosis? The first question to ask is, have you been adhering to the macros? If you have, you're in ketosis. If you cheated with some cookies or a loaf of garlic bread, that's the problem. Get back on the plan, and in a day or two, you'll be all set. If you're following the plan but want to confirm, here's how. Order a home test kit to check for ketones on your breath or in your urine. If you're really thirsty, you're fine. Keep drinking water and don't let yourself get dehydrated. If you're having muscle spasms, you're dehydrated. Not a pleasant way to confirm ketosis, but there it is. Up your fluid intake. Feeling tired is a normal indicator of ketosis. Glucose burns quickly, delivering jolts of energy. When you switch over to burning fat, your body may miss the sugar rush. Are you losing weight? If yes, you're in. Bad breath is a sign of ketosis. If your breath smells fruity, you're losing weight. Buy mouthwash. It may or may not go away. To end on a positive note, ketosis improves focus and concentration. If you're on plan, you will notice you're feeling sharp. Leonard and Morell, 2020. Ketosis is a natural metabolic process. It's a jumpstart for losing weight. Chapter 2. Is a keto diet healthy? It's safe to say some keto diets are healthy. Keto is a proven method that helps people lose weight and keep it off. For so many people struggling with obesity, keto is a reason for hope. It's a rapid weight loss response that doesn't involve starving yourself. Keto delivers more than weight loss. As we noted earlier, low-carb, high-fat diets play a major part in fighting chronic diseases. There are ongoing studies related to conditions associated with obesity. Research on ketosis and brain function includes treatment of Alzheimer's disease and insulin resistance in children with epilepsy. If you're just starting a keto diet plan, here's a few things to expect. Fewer hunger pangs. Feeling satiated and less driven to snack between meals. Easy to stay on the diet when dining out. Blood sugar levels stabilize. No more rush and crash. More energy overall. Increased concentration. The goal of a high-fat, low-carb diet is to reduce inflammation. Inflammation is a primary driver of obesity and many of the health conditions related to it. Benefits for health conditions. Keto is being studied as a possible treatment for many chronic diseases. Evidence that ketosis can reduce inflammation makes it applicable to many health issues. Here's a few that may surprise you. Cancer treatment. Cancer cells thrive on glucose for fuel, but can't use ketones. Once the body is in ketosis, cancer cells are stymied. Keto may help reduce the size of tumors, slow inflammation, and slow the growth of cancer cells, protect healthy cells during chemo or radiation therapy, reduce breast cancer recurrence by preventing weight gain. Webb, MD, 2014. We should note that keto is not effective on all cancers. More research is required to understand how keto interacts with tumors. Though there are still questions to be answered, one thing is certain: the outlook is promising. Parkinson's disease, PD. A change in diet may provoke changes in motor and non-motor symptoms for people with PD. A recent study compared the responses to a low-fat diet and ketogenic diet. Patients were randomly assigned, and both groups showed improvements in motor skills, but the ketogenic group showed significantly more improvement in non-motor skills. Non-motor skills for people with PD include fatigue, bowel control, sleep, speech, and eating. They also include mental health issues like anxiety, depression, and hallucinations. Phillips et al. 2018. Alzheimer's disease, AD. The inability to process glucose in certain areas of the brain is an early indicator of AD. The lack of glucose damages neural pathways and may increase AD cognitive decline. A ketogenic diet can provoke the body into ketosis. The liver begins producing ketones to supplement brain function and reestablish mitochondrial efficiency. Ketones respond to a progressive symptom of the disease at the earliest indication. More research is needed, but studies and clinical trials are promising. Henderson, 2008. Health concerns. When the body undergoes a significant change, from burning glucose to burning fat, there is a chance for side effects. People with kidney, pancreas, or liver conditions may not be the best candidates for keto. If you have any concerns, please discuss them with a medical professional before you start the diet. Here are some of the common side effects from keto. Keto flu. When starting the diet, some people experience diarrhea and vomiting. These symptoms normally fade away as your body adapts to the lack of sugar. Constipation. This is common in keto and can be addressed by a fiber supplement. Sleep issues. While your body is adapting, you may experience sleep disturbances. Again, this is a temporary side effect. Low energy. Glucose burns faster than fat. It may take some time to feel comfortable with the slower, steady flow of energy from ketones. Dehydration. It's critical to drink plenty of water on keto. Also, include keto-friendly beverages to balance electrolytes. Maurer and Richter, 2020. There are some more serious risks. If you have type 1 diabetes, you might experience diabetic ketoacidosis on the diet. This is a serious medical condition when blood sugar is high and ketones build up in the blood. It is less common with type 2 diabetes, but it can occur. Consult your physician immediately. Other risks can include fatty liver, kidney stones, and poor nutrition. An ongoing issue in keto diets is the focus on counting macros. Macros are the ratios of the 3 macronutrients: fat, protein, and carbs. When macros are the only focus, the nutritional value of food on the diet comes into question. This is called lazy or dirty keto. Chapter 3. What is dirty keto? Dirty keto isn't a variation of the keto diet. It's a concern raised about the nutritional value of the food. In standard or high-protein keto diets, there are no guidelines on the types of food to eat. As long as you hit the fat-to-carb ratio, anything you want to eat is fair game. This has raised health concerns about the lack of nutritional value. When counting macros is the only measure, you'll lose weight, but are you actually healthy? It's difficult to rationalize a diet of bunless quarter-pounders and pork rinds in lieu of fries as a healthy lifestyle. Why is keto dirty? Keto is called dirty because it has no standards for how to fulfill your macro count. There's no qualification for the nutritional value of what you eat. As long as you hit your macro, it's all good. Ketogenic diets have jumped in popularity due to their weight loss success. There are thousands of websites showing how to count macros and initiate ketosis. They offer tips, tricks, and all kinds of recipes. The more popular it becomes, the more sites we see showing people how to cheat without cheating. There is tremendous interest in finding alternatives to sugar. Sugar alcohols might not be processed as carbs, but they can increase your cravings for them. There are so many solutions. For getting around the lack of carbohydrates, we have to question the commitment to keto. A ketogenic diet is based on high fat, low protein, and even lower carbohydrate consumption. Weight loss is the primary goal, though keto diets are being explored as a solution to chronic diseases. But people who are obese typically have a long history of poor eating habits and bad food choices. Some might speculate that's part of the attraction to a diet that offers unlimited bacon. A standard keto diet requires a significant shift in food consumption, but does it provide a path to healthier eating? In some ways, dirty keto validates the poor eating habits of the very people it's trying to help. We accept that individuals are responsible for their food choices, but wonder if the diet should do the same. The problem with that? Unlike the Atkins diet, there is no single authority over keto. As a result, everyone is left to their own devices. Unhealthy foods. The nutritional problems with keto start with the consumption of processed foods. If we use a quarter pounder with cheese as an example, the burger has 1,140 milligrams of sodium, according to McDonald's nutrition website, McDonald's Nutrition Calculator, McDonald's 2019. That is 50% of the recommended daily dose for one burger. And no one is stopping you from having two. You didn't get a bun after all. There are keto-friendly processed foods all over the supermarket. Beyond bacon, hot dogs, deli meats, and sausages are all okay on keto. Anything smoked, cured, or salted is a processed meat. It's not just sodium that's the problem. The nutrients in heavily processed foods get stripped away. There are chemical additives to keep them fresh and improve flavor. Eating processed meats has been linked to cancer and other diseases. Cassidy, 2019. The supermarket itself is a challenging place for healthy foods. Rotisserie chicken, a dirty keto favorite, is marinated. Have you ever asked, in what? Packaged meat and poultry are shipped in from somewhere, but where? There's no transparency in the supply chain. Beef jerky is considered a keto snack, but it's higher in protein than fat and is loaded with sodium nitrates. Not the healthiest pick in the bunch. Some of these foods can be made at home to reduce the carcinogens. Homemade sausage can be a healthy amount of fat and protein. Pork, beef, lamb flavored with fresh herbs and spices. Homemade jerky can be a good snack. A plate of salt-cured meat with feta and olives is Greek comfort food. These have been a staple in Greek cuisine for decades. It's rarely done at home anymore, but there are vendors who produce clean, salted meats. Risk of disease. If you shrug off the impact of processed foods, you are putting yourself at risk of disease. People who are overweight or obese are already inclined to chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Eating foods with chemical additives like MSG and others increase that risk. There is some evidence that gut health can be compromised as well. 70% of our immune system resides in our belly. When the fat we consume is unhealthy, loaded with chemical additives, it contributes to inflammation. This can lead to metabolic disorders that counter weight loss goals. Wan et al., 2019. Chronic disease is only one of the problems. The reason chemical additives are called carcinogens is they may increase your risk of cancer. Keto has been shown to be a positive treatment for cancer patients, but dirty keto increases your risk of becoming one. There are over 2,500 chemicals deliberately added to food. Another 12,000, like pesticide residue and animal growth hormones, accidentally contaminate the food supply. Some food additives encourage the production of tumors. There is little record of how many of these additives, contaminants, and carcinogens we consume. National Research Council, U.S., Committee on Diet, Nutrition, and Cancer, 2019. These findings bring the issue of weight loss versus overall health to the forefront. Most keto practitioners are focused on weight loss. Their diet is determined by macros. There is no protocol for healthy ingredients as long as you stay under the carb count. We think this is short-sighted. Hitting a normal weight doesn't make you immune to cancer. Inflammation in the gut may limit visceral belly fat loss. Dirty keto diets may be successful in helping people lose weight. How successful are they at promoting good health? Chapter 4. Greek Method of Clean Keto. Clean keto isn't a diet, it's a keto-Mediterranean lifestyle. Greek goes keto is the brainchild of Apollonius Kapselis, a certified nutritionist, and his wife Roberta. Both are Ketonians and share a passion for healthy living. They spend their summers in the Mediterranean region with a home in Athens. The Mediterranean is at the heart of what the couple calls their ketonization process. It begins with the Mediterranean diet. Don't let the word diet give you the wrong impression. It isn't a diet like South Beach or Atkins. Greek keto is based on a Mediterranean food culture. It's what people who live in Mediterranean region eat. Mediterranean cuisine is extremely diverse. It includes food from southern Italy, northern Africa, and Eastern Europe. Greece is represented by the latter. Authentic Greek cuisine is the platform for Greek Clean Keto. Greek Clean Keto is designed to heal the body. The founders call their plan the Keto-Mediterranean lifestyle. Weight loss is a feature, but not the focus. Clean Keto is all about healthy eating for healthy living. The Keto-Mediterranean lifestyle steps into the void left behind by standard keto. The ketonization process prioritizes health. Obesity is a growing epidemic. Weight loss is part of getting healthier. But it's illogical to assume someone who has eaten themselves into poor health should continue to consume the same food. Fast foods, processed meats, and diet sodas are not the solution. Their bodies are already under stress, too much weight, and not enough nutrients. They've tried every diet they can find. They lose weight and gain it back, plus some. They don't need another diet. They need a healthier lifestyle. That's the goal of Clean Keto. The Greek Clean Keto lifestyle. Clean Keto is all about changing our relationship with food. We take food for granted, and our bodies pay the price. When you consider how important food is to our mind and body, it's astounding how little attention we pay to it. We don't think about what we put in our mouths. We eat prepared foods instead of cooking. We have no idea where the food we're buying is coming from. The harsh reality is most of us value convenience over health. We complain about gaining weight as if we have no idea how it happened. We're tired all the time and can't walk around the block without getting winded. We get depressed and binge on ice cream. If the only goal is to take off a few pounds, failure is almost guaranteed. Take off 20 pounds, gain back 30, look for a new diet. People who are obese do not need another diet. Diets aren't the only solution. To be healthy, physically and emotionally, we need to change our lifestyle. The first piece of that is changing our relationship with food. If we keep putting dirty fuel in our bodies, we shouldn't be surprised when our bodies break down. A healthy relationship is more than what we put in our mouths. It's owning what we eat, from farm to table, reminding ourselves of the role food plays in socialization and culture. At every party, people always end up in the kitchen. Let's not trade that for a table littered with greasy styrofoam containers from a takeout place. To embrace a clean keto lifestyle, we need to build new habits. We have to take control of what we put in our bodies. Our diet can be low carb without encouraging malnutrition. Authentic food relationships. If we care about being healthy, we have to care about nutrition. It sounds trite, but food is fuel. It's what our body runs on. Dirty keto says what's in the fuel doesn't matter. Of course it matters. Imagine if we took that tact with our vehicles. The Keto-Mediterranean lifestyle runs on premium fuel. We encourage fresh, locally sourced, organic ingredients. The less chemicals we mix in with our fuel, the better. Our goal is to promote foods with nutritional density. We do that by looking backward to the days when people grew, butchered, and prepared their own food. When we look at the food history in Greece, for example, we find that cow's milk was not part of the culture. Sheep and goat milk was the preferred source of dairy. We believe that a focus on proven dietary lifestyles has value. So the keto Mediterranean lifestyle does not include it. Though a classic Mediterranean diet can be healthful, our vision was to amp it up. Clean keto eliminates pasta, potatoes, and other high-carb elements from the Mediterranean diet. This approach promotes weight loss, but health remains our overall mission. What clean keto does differently. The keto Mediterranean lifestyle knows eating clean will increase overall health while losing excess weight. We are committed to a healthy lifestyle to maintain optimum physical and emotional well-being. Nutrition. The focus on nutrition, as opposed to simply promoting weight loss, is our biggest differentiator. We believe food can naturally provide the vitamins and minerals the body needs. As a certified nutritionist, Kapsilis does more than count macros. He understands how combinations of foods balance and heal the body. The lifestyle delivers healthful fatty acids in concert with one another, seafood for omega-3 and olive oil for omega-6. When we eat properly, we can reduce or eliminate our dependence on supplements. Kapsilis 2018. Fresh local food. The second major difference is how we recommend sourcing our food, particularly meat. We should support local farmers. Americans have grown very comfortable with prepackaged meats shipped around the country. Many beef products have added preservatives to improve their shelf life, like phosphates and propylgallate. How often do we see a reference to a percentage of a water solution on the label for a roast? It's done to keep the meat juicy, and there's no obligation to disclose what is in it. Duranian, ND. Standards. The final difference is ownership. Greek Gone Keto is the authority on the keto Mediterranean lifestyle. The model has a source that sets and maintains its standards. In a standard keto diet, there is no source. The only standard is adherence to macros. This has led to widespread acceptance of dirty keto. The Kapsilis team is committed to maintaining the integrity of the keto Mediterranean. They do not sacrifice health in pursuit of weight loss. Greek Clean Keto wants you to have it all. Better choices, healthier you. A ketonized Mediterranean diet relies on natural foods. We follow similar macros as high-protein keto, but within the health standards we've set. Here are some of the reasons the Greek Clean Keto is one of the healthiest diets around. Reliance on historical food cultures that are proven successful. If it's not broken, why fix it? Farm-to-table approach with a preference for seasonal foods. Buy food produced locally. Shop at a farmer's market. Organic farmers use far less pesticides. Always look for organic produce. Choose organic meat, beef, lamb, pork, preferably locally butchered. Eat little or no poultry. No fast food with or without a bun. No processed meats like bologna or hot dogs. No sausage unless it's homemade. Eliminate anything with food additives like xanthan gum. Avoid cow's milk. Choose sheep and goat's milk and cheeses like feta. Make preparing food at home the norm, dining out only occasionally. We know losing weight is a big motivator for choosing a keto diet. Greek Clean Keto isn't just any keto diet. Yes, we can help you lose weight, but we won't sacrifice your health to do it. Chapter 5. Clean Keto versus Dirty Keto. Keto diets revolve around three macronutrients: carbohydrates, fat, and protein. When we refer to macros, we mean the percentage of each espoused by the diet. Counting macros is like counting calories, but for a different purpose. When we hit the proper percentage, our bodies enter ketosis. Ketosis is the metabolic state where we lose weight. By removing carbohydrates from our diet, we slow or stop the production of glucose. Glucose is the first source of energy the body seeks. When it's unavailable, the liver produces ketones by breaking down fat. Ketosis can also occur during fasting. Ketone production is the result of low insulin levels and normal glucagon and epinephrine levels associated with ketosis. In this state, fat is released from fat cells in the body. The bloodstream carries it to the liver, where it's processed into ketones. Those ketones are released back into the body as fuel in lieu of glucose. University of California, San Francisco, 2010. When nothing matters but macros. Ketosis is the body's natural response to a lack of glucose. It can also be provoked by multi-day fasting and even starvation. Keto diets set macros to kickstart the process. The keto Mediterranean lifestyle sets macros too. That's fine. What's not so fine is how far dirty keto will go to achieve it. There is nothing healthy about food additives, pesticides, or processed foods. How can we think the nutritional value of a fast food hamburger is improved by the lack of a bun? These are just a few of the problems in the latest evolution of keto. There's no question in our mind that keto was originally intended to improve people's health by targeting obesity. But the devil is in the details. As the diet grew in popularity, an entire industry grew up around it. The keto industry is very profitable. In 2019, the global take was $9.57 billion. The growth rate is expected to jump by 5.5% by 2027. Keto snacks, supplements, and beverages are their products. It doesn't surprise us that supplements were the biggest seller at 50% of the product segment. Grandview Research 2020. Dirty keto prioritizes macros, not healthy eating. The lack of vitamins and minerals need to be made up somewhere. The for-profit keto diet industry is happy to pick up the slack. People eating the dirty keto way pay extra for nutrition. Not the case with the keto Mediterranean lifestyle. There may be times when supplements are needed, vitamin C or echinacea for cold, but balanced menus of fresh ingredients should provide all the nutrition the body needs. The fact that the market for keto products is so strong and so profitable proves three things. The number of people attempting the keto diet continues to grow. Dirty keto has a serious health gap when it comes to nutrition. That a for-profit industry is capitalizing off it is proof enough. When macros are the only measure of dietary lifestyle, convenience will top health every time. We are on a mission to reverse that priority. The table below is a side-by-side comparison between standard keto and the keto Mediterranean lifestyle. Comparison chart. For the factor macros, dirty keto, 70% fat, 20% protein, 10% carbs. For clean keto, 60% fat, 35% protein, 5% carbs. For the factor processed meats, dirty keto, prepackaged hot dogs, sausage, jerky, etc. Clean keto, homemade only. For the factor milk, dirty keto, cow's milk, unsweetened dairy-free milk, heavy cream, half and half. For clean keto, sheep or goat milk, unsweetened dairy-free milk. For the fat factor, dirty keto, butter, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, and other alternative oils. No hydrogenated vegetable oil. For clean keto, goat, sheep or buffalo butter, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, and other alternative oils. Tallow. no hydrogenated vegetable oil. For the factor vegetables, dirty keto, fresh, frozen, canned. For clean keto, fresh, frozen. For the factor organic produce, dirty keto, not specified. For clean keto, strongly preferred. For the factor fruit, dirty keto, fresh, frozen. For clean keto, fresh, frozen. For the factor meat, dirty keto, beef, pork, lamb. For clean keto, beef, pork, lamb, rabbit. For the factor poultry, dirty keto, chicken, turkey, duck. For clean keto, some chicken, quail preferred. For the factor seafood, dirty keto, salmon, swordfish, halibut, and most other fish, all shellfish. For clean keto, salmon, swordfish, sardines, mackerel, and most other fish, all shellfish. For the factor cold cuts, dirty keto, all kinds, sliced or prepackaged. For clean keto, salt-cured organic meats. For the factor eggs, dirty keto, all. For clean keto, all, preference for quail eggs. For the factor locally sourced, dirty keto, not specified. For clean keto, strongly preferred. For the factor nutritional standards, dirty keto, not specified. For clean keto, prioritized. For the factor keto diet website, dirty keto, Google search, keto diet, 158 million results. For clean keto, www.greekgoesketo.com. Isn't weight loss enough? There are plenty of overweight people who would say yes to that question. We'd speculate this isn't their first attempt to do so. Being overweight is challenging. There are physical ramifications and social stigmas that contribute to depression. The more weight you gain, the harder it is to stay healthy. It's not that we don't understand, we do. We pose these questions for you. How many times have you tried to lose weight? How many different diets have you been on? How many times have you started strong and fallen off your diet? How many times have you lost weight only to regain it? Perhaps part of the problem is that being on a diet is defined by what you can't have. It's a negative mindset that can leave you feeling deprived. The more someone tells us that ice cream is off limits, the more we linger in front of the Haagen-Dazs freezer. It's human nature. It's also why most diets don't work. Maybe it's time for a new approach. There's no reason to keep repeating something that doesn't work. All that sense of failure, hopelessness, and pain needs healing. That's what the Keto Mediterranean lifestyle offers. Living clean is a positive, cheerful, and successful method to improve your physical and emotional health, all while achieving your weight loss goals. Chapter 6. Transition to Eating Clean. Congratulations on choosing to eat and live healthier. Once you start practicing the Greek clean keto, you'll have more energy, feel more positive about life, and yes, you will start to lose weight. If you are new to keto, welcome to a dietary model that will change who you are and how you feel about yourself. If you follow the Keto Mediterranean lifestyle as directed, we promise that you will begin to see yourself in a new light, physically and emotionally. You'll shed pounds, but also shed the pain most overweight people carry. One of the benefits of ketosis, the metabolic state where the body burns fat, is an increase in the production of gamma-aminobutyric acid, or GABA. GABA is a neurotransmitter. Low levels of GABA are linked to anxiety, stress, and depression. People who have struggled to lose weight often fall prey to emotional eating. The increase in GABA production can help end that cycle. Yudkov et al. 2008. We will help you get started, and the Clean Keto community is a great source of support. If you are transitioning from standard keto to clean keto, we commend your decision to prioritize your health. You have a basic understanding of ketogenic diets, but we encourage you to explore the differences in eating clean. There are some similarities, but a change in macros and food consumption. We hope you enjoy cooking. We believe good food should be shared around the kitchen table with family and friends. The Keto Mediterranean lifestyle isn't a diet. Its purpose is to improve our physical and emotional well-being. If your focus was on weight loss, we offer that and much more. It may take you a minute to engage on all levels of the plan. We promise it will be worth the effort. How to start a clean, lean lifestyle. We understand that keto beginners and keto practitioners have different needs, questions, or concerns. The objective is to help everyone succeed in the change to a healthier lifestyle. The how-to content in this section and the next will be broken out for the benefit of each audience. There is value for everyone in both sections, so we encourage you to read and learn. Every person choosing clean keto starts as a beginner and becomes a practitioner, hopefully for the rest of their life. For keto beginners. A clean keto lifestyle includes very few carbohydrates. By very few, we mean only 5% of what you eat. Bread, pasta, corn, cookies, fruit juice, and soda inhibit weight loss. When we eat carbohydrates, they're turned into glucose. As long as there is a source of glucose, there's no need for ketosis. Ketosis burns fat for fuel when glucose isn't available. Ketosis drives weight loss. If that's your reason for starting keto, you have to make a decision. Giving up carbs is a significant change. It's not optional. Too often, people think they can slip in an occasional bagel or a piece of cake. Once you put glucose back in your bloodstream, you will slip out of ketosis. For this program, it only takes 20 grams of carbs. Masood and Apaluri, 2019. That bagel you wanted? It weighs in at 48 grams of carbs. The benefits of giving up carbs are enormous, but we know it's hard, especially in the beginning. Once your body adapts, it gets easier. Ketosis occurs quickly, but the timeline for the body to adapt varies. For most people, it's 1 week to 10 days. When you compare that to all the time you've spent trying to lose weight, chances are good it's a drop in the bucket. Take positive reinforcement from the fact that you're already losing weight. Here's some of the benefits you can expect for clean keto. Lowers insulin and blood sugar levels. Suppresses appetite and feeling hungry. Reduces bad cholesterol and supports good cholesterol. Targeted reduction of visceral fat, belly fat. Positively affects metabolic syndrome. Triglycerides, fat molecules in the blood, drop. Gunners, 2018. If we need to get carbs out of our bodies, it makes sense to get them out of our homes. That's your first step. Get a box and head to your pantry and pull all the C's: cookies, chips, crackers, and candy. Then look for bread, sugary fruit juices, pasta, and boxed cereals. On to the refrigerator and freezer. Soda and sweetened drinks get pulled. Yogurts, ice cream, anything with over 20 grams of sugar need to go. Remember, the serving size on the label is probably a lot smaller than the one you eat. This is a lot. We understand that. If it's easier, break the process down in small pieces. The goal is to rid yourself of temptation. Get the cold food out of the house as soon as possible. If you don't feel comfortable throwing it out, take it to a food pantry. Either way, you'll feel better when it's gone. Great job! You cleared the first hurdle. Cook yourself a burger, grill a ribeye, or saute a nice piece of fish in lemon butter to celebrate. This is a good time to consider your healthy living goals. Do you want to have more energy, lower your blood pressure, reduce your waistline, or lose 35 pounds? Maybe all of the above. Setting some personal goals is a good way to measure how well you're doing. For keto practitioners. What a great choice you've made to take your health to the next level. Welcome to clean, lean eating and living. We assume that you've removed carbs from your household. But if you fell off standard keto, please take a minute to check your pantry and fridge. You know what carbs to remove. We want to explain some of the other changes in your diet and lifestyle. Clean keto does not include fast food. Beef or chicken, the bun, is not the problem. It's the sodium and food additives we don't support. We don't just count macros, we consider overall health. The keto Mediterranean lifestyle minimizes chicken. It's not eliminated, but it's not encouraged. We think the farming environment is unhealthy and a petri dish for bacteria. We suggest quail and some duck. What we firmly adhere to is meat: beef, pork, lamb, and rabbit. Seafood is a staple. We support a broad array of fish and shellfish. Keto Mediterranean is not a fan of cow's milk. Our preference is sheep and goat milk, as well as non-dairy, unsweetened milk alternatives. We don't support consumption of prepackaged meats like hot dogs, sausages, or most cold cuts. We do appreciate homemade sausages and salt-cured meat with feta and olives. We are strong proponents of organic ingredients, grass-fed farming, and seasonal eating. The fuel we put in our bodies should be as free of additives and pesticides as is humanly possible. It's one more reason we strongly encourage preparing your own food. When you eat out, you have no control over the food you're eating. Cooking is creative. Sharing food with family and friends is important in Greek culture. The Keto Mediterranean lifestyle is so much more than weight loss. It's a holistic approach to wellness by creating a positive living environment. We may heal from the inside out, but the end result is plain for everyone to see. Shopping for healthy food. Enough with what you can't have. Let's get to the good stuff. Clean keto is all about bringing quality food into your diet. For that reason, we have to make changes in how we shop. When we focus on fresh ingredients, we can't shop once every 2 weeks. A commitment to clean keto means taking time to eat healthier. Our plan is grounded in eating meat. The more beef, lamb, pork, and rabbit we eat, the less hungry we will be. Good quality meat has no carbs and fills us up. Stay away from meat that's been injected with some mysterious water solution. There is no nutritional value, and they don't have to tell you what's in it. It's supposedly injected to keep the meat juicy. But what keeps meat juicy is fat. Fat and protein work together in clean keto, so there's no need for artificial additives. Find a butcher. We want you to find a butcher. If you buy your meat from a butcher, it's going to be fresh and clean. Butchers don't tamper with the natural goodness of meat. They know which cuts are best for clean keto eaters. Will it cost a little more? Maybe, but how much is poor health costing you now? We've gotten used to sourcing our food from the corporate suppliers who service supermarkets. Meat and other foodstuffs have been industrialized. In the United States, 4 companies control 80% of beef processing. 3 companies run 63% of pork processing. Bowl 2020. This consolidation is rationalized as efficiency and keeping prices low. It's difficult to understand how a monopoly on food production will result in lower prices. What is more likely is that profits are the priority. The farm environments are so poor they encourage bacteria and diseased animals. When you disrespect a source of food like these animals, do you really think they have good health in mind? Look for a butcher who raises their own meat or buys from small local farms that do. The pushback against the industrialized food supply chain has produced many new organic farmers. They can be found at farmers markets or community co-ops. In addition to healthier meats and humane treatment of animals, they sell more than typical supermarket fare. It's not surprising to find seasonal offerings of venison, rabbit, and wild turkey. Some farms sell bone marrow, sweetbreads, tripe, and other delicacies. During the coronavirus pandemic, it became clear that America's reliance on so few companies for meat products was unsustainable. The result has been new programs at the state and federal level to let small farmers butcher and sell the meat they raise. Training and education options are available as well. A local farmer who raises animals in a respectful, healthy environment and slaughters them on site is the ideal butcher. They won't be hard to find if you look. We do not recommend using butchers at high-end grocery stores. Their skills aren't the problem, it's the source of the meat. Organic produce. People who are new to keto express concerns about the lack of vegetables. Of course, we eat vegetables. Fruit, too. But they're a side dish, not the main course. In proper amounts, fresh vegetables and fruits are part of a clean keto lifestyle. When low-fat diets were introduced, there were few alternatives to salad. Red meat was the new boogeyman. Dieters scraped the skin off chicken and made burgers from ground turkey. Protein was refined to be low-fat. Stomachs were growling everywhere. When you eliminate fat, the appetite is not satiated. You don't feel full. This was a boon for the corporate food industry. Low-fat labels were slapped on products, from yogurt to breads to salad dressings. To replace the flavor that fat provides, they added sugar. Lots of sugar, especially in the form of high fructose corn syrup. But there were lots of other names for sugar too. Dextrose, lactose, or sucrose. It's almost like they didn't want people to know about how much sugar was added. This is when the salad as a meal started. We're not saying salad is unhealthy, but does it really constitute a meal? Especially when it's mostly iceberg or romaine sprayed with chemical pesticides and processed who knows where? It wasn't long ago the sale of romaine lettuce was shut down everywhere because of E. coli contamination. It had to be because no one could figure out where the contamination occurred. This is why organic fruits and vegetables are the way to go. Again, we encourage you to buy them from local farmers. As we saw during the low-fat craze, anyone can slap a label on something. Every time people push for a healthier food supply, the food industry will co-opt it to make money. Buy local and buy organic. Be healthy. Seasonal food for flavor and nutrition. Our food culture is full of childish habits. When we like something, we want it all the time. Our palates have dumbed down in the process. We are losing our food memory of the actual taste of foods. If you want a wake-up call, compare a bite of a winter tomato to one fresh from the garden. Studies have shown that vegetables grown outside their natural growing seasons have less nutritional value. For example, broccoli loses vitamin C if it's grown in the spring instead of the fall. When we force plants to grow, it takes some chemicals and ripening agents to make it happen. Unknown chemical additives are not part of good health. Goolsby, 2018. Our bodies were designed to consume seasonal foods. When shelf life is more important than flavor and nutrition, clean keto says no. This is another reason to buy organic produce. Use local farmers for regional food-to-table ingredients. It's okay to buy food that's not available in your area, but preferably during its natural growing cycle. Organic is always best. When you just count macros, it doesn't matter what fat or protein you eat. The quality of the ingredients you consume aren't the priority. The focus of dirty keto is to hit the right carb ratio. The focus of clean keto at the Keto Mediterranean lifestyle is to heal the body and improve your health. It takes some extra effort, but it's worth it. Chapter 7. Eating Healthy, Living Clean. In the simplest of terms, clean keto is about nutrition. The focus is on nutrient-dense foods. We reject eating whatever is easiest for the sake of hitting macros. We know ketosis can be achieved without poisoning your body. Greek clean keto encourages us to eat mostly protein, like red meat, and fats. Carbs are minimal, roughly 5% of your daily food consumption. That alone tells us those carbs should have the highest nutritional value. Chronic diseases like stroke, diabetes, and heart disease are leading causes of death. They easily track back to obesity. Obesity is determined by a weight-to-height ratio called the body mass index, BMI. BMI determines when you're merely overweight or have become obese. It's most helpful when the focus is on weight loss. We believe that people who eat themselves into obesity need more support. We don't judge anyone, but we aren't in denial about root causes either. Healing is a holistic process. A healthier lifestyle and losing weight are not synonymous. Weight loss is one outcome of eating and living clean. Living as an obese person is not easy. There's the physical burden on the organs and joints. Then there's the hopelessness and shame people feel if they try and fail to lose weight. A negative body image is harder to shed than the pounds. Exercise is often unfamiliar. Getting back out into the world can be intimidating. Greek clean keto is a positive, healthy, and active outlook, good for the body and the mind. What to expect. We discussed some of the changes in your routine in the last chapter. Let's put a finer point on them here. Changes aren't always comfortable, but in this case, they deliver a better quality of life. Cooking in. The importance of cooking and preparing food is a key part of Greek clean keto. There are multiple reasons. The first is control over the ingredients you cook. Nothing goes into a homemade meal that you don't choose. Greek keto recipes use lots of fresh herbs and spices. The aroma in your kitchen will make your mouth water. We use butter, coconut oil, and other oils with a high smoke point. That's the temperature when an oil starts to burn. We also render lamb and veal fat for tallow. It's the perfect saturated fat for cooking and healthier than lard. Cooking is a social experience. It is an entry point to regain our confidence. Having friends and family over for meals is a great way to strengthen our relationships. People who struggle with obesity become isolated and lonely. Being seen eating feels somehow shameful. Not anymore. Dinner parties are a source of conversation and laughter. There's affirmation for the food being served. The only problem is how many people will fit in your kitchen. That's where guests always end up. Even if you're cooking just for yourself, it's a healthy exercise in self-care. If we want to heal, we must act as if we deserve a better quality of life. Preparing and enjoying food for yourself affirms your goals for a healthier life. It's a quality control habit. We recommend you make it the norm. Eat in more than you dine out. Dining out. Of course, you will be dining out occasionally, but let's emphasize the word occasionally. If you're going to go out, make good choices about the restaurants you pick. We've already been pretty clear about fast food. If you're going out, avoid places with drive-through windows instead of waiters. Do a casual look at the menu to make sure there are plenty of meat and seafood choices. Don't hesitate to ask your server about sauces, rubs, or thickening agents. If you're not sure, ask if the chef can leave them off. Remember, it only takes 20 grams of carbs to kick you out of ketosis. If you're considering appetizers, look for olives, tomatoes, and feta. With some baby spinach, you've got a small salad. It might be best to stay away from creamy soups or thickened stews. Bone marrow broth is excellent. Last tip. If there's a bread basket on the table, nicely ask your waiter to get rid of it. Budgeting. All this talk of locally butchered meat and organic ingredients may have you worrying about your wallet. It's not inexpensive in today's world to live healthy. We keep saying it. This is more than weight loss. It's a commitment to a healthier lifestyle. But we're not insensitive to people who are less able to pay for it. We can't change the price of better quality food, but we can make some suggestions on how clean keto can be easier on the budget. Affordable ingredients. Finding affordable ingredients for clean keto will take more time. We're not going to mislead you. First, find a few sources for clean shopping. Locate farmers markets in your area. Search online for organic farms that butcher and sell their own meat. Meat and seafood. Meat and seafood are going to be your most expensive purchases. Remember, you can freeze them easily enough. When you find a deal or can buy in bulk, take advantage of the lower price. Buying a side of beef or a whole pig is normally cheaper. The animal will need to be broken down, but you'll have a stockpile of meat. If you hunt or have friends who do, ask about sharing in wild game. Many hunters have more venison than they can eat. Venison steaks and burger meat are delicious. Depending where you live, catching our own fish or digging for clams is a consideration. Look for a local fish market. If you catch a large piece of salmon on sale, portion it out and freeze it. If you live in a community with a local butcher shop, it doesn't hurt to establish a relationship. They may be able to recommend cheaper cuts. See if you can get bones for broth. High-end supermarkets will have better quality meats, but it's doubtful they will be much cheaper. Quick reminder that eggs are extremely affordable. They aren't just for breakfast either. Vegetables and fruit. Farmers markets are the place to start. Fresh regional produce is the healthiest option. Stay away from root vegetables. Eggplant, broccoli, and cauliflower are all good choices. Strawberries, cantaloupe, and watermelon are good low-carb fruits. Bananas will kick you out of ketosis. Frozen veggies and fruits are perfectly fine. Just check the label for added sugars. Avoid canned foods. Lots of sodium and added sugars. Beverages. Don't spend a fortune on specialty drinks that are just for keto. They cost too much, and you really don't need them. Keep water in the fridge and plenty of green tea on hand. Hot or iced, some fresh mint or ginger will kick it up a notch. Stay away from diet soda. It's just not good for you. What we aren't buying. One tip on reducing your financial anxiety. Stop for a minute and think about what you're not buying. How much were you spending before keto, when you were still loading up on breads, desserts, soda, chips, and cereal? You may find that a smart keto shopper can stay in range of that budget. Meal planning. You're cooking at home now. When you plan your meals, you can manage your time. This is especially important if you're used to ordering a pizza or picking up a bucket of chicken on your way home from work. The busier you are, the more you need to plan your meals. The first step is to take a look at what you've got to work with. Check your pantry, fridge, and freezer. We suggest you pick a non-work day and cook dinners for the week. Make family-size meals that you can eat off more than once. Start your week by eating items that won't freeze well. Then the rest of the food can be packed up and put in the freezer. Portion it for dinner or lunch. Boil plenty of eggs one day a week. They make great snacks and add protein to salads. Slice them over a spinach salad with crumbled bacon and mushrooms. If you make a large salad ahead of time, you can pack it up for lunches. If you prefer, swap out the bacon for sliced steak or shellfish. Cold shrimp makes a great lunch all on its own. When it comes to lunch, take a look around your place of employment. See if there are any options for eating out. Look for places that serve breakfast all day. An omelet is filling and cheap. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed. In the beginning, all this change can feel chaotic. We promise it will become a way of life. A healthier you. Reducing inflammation is one of the big benefits of clean keto. Inflammation and food allergies have been eating away at our gut health for decades. Our metabolism is slowed, our joints hurt, our bodies ache. We become insulin resistant. Visceral fat builds up on our bellies. We're more prone to anxiety and depression. No more. With good health comes less disease. There's less stress and less pain, not to mention fewer pounds to carry around and fewer inches around your waist. When we take care of ourselves, we reinforce our self-worth. It starts a chain reaction of improved self-esteem, social confidence, and a positive outlook on the future. How long has it been since life felt light? since you woke up rested, energized, and looking forward to the day. That's what a clean keto lifestyle is all about. More than weight loss. We always remind people that Greek clean keto is not a diet, it's a lifestyle. Losing weight is just one health benefit. Here are a few others you may not be familiar with. High-carb diets send blood sugar racing up and down. The sugar rush and crash makes us hungry. The clean keto stabilizes blood sugar. No more false hunger pangs. Most acne outbreaks are the result of inflammation and insulin resistance. Ketones are an anti-inflammatory fuel. Look forward to clearer skin. Clean keto helps to treat diabetes. The less glucose in your system, the less insulin we need to produce. This also reduces insulin resistance. Cholesterol levels can turn around. Bad cholesterol drops and good cholesterol rises. Make sure you monitor your levels with your doctor. Keto supports brain health. It's been effective in treating drug-resistant epilepsy. Research continues with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. It also improves mood by releasing endorphins. When you do cardio, you'll burn more fat when you're eating keto. Levaya, 2018. More energy. When you're running your body on sugar, it's like living on a roller coaster. Glucose burns fast. It sends a jolt through your system. That jolt carries you up, up, up the track to the highest hill. For just a second, you teeter on the edge. Then you go down, much harder than you came up. No wonder people on low-fat, high-carb diets are so tired all the time. Living on a roller coaster would be exhausting. For overweight or obese people, being tired has become a way of life. Exercise feels out of reach. It's hard to walk around the block, much less for 30 minutes. Everyone at the gym is so fit, it's intimidating. Life on clean keto is smooth going. Once your body adapts to keto, your sense of well-being starts to grow. Ketones are a stable fuel. The roller coaster is shut down. A steady stream of energy is yours to claim. It's the last change to incorporate. Get active. It's time to act. We've been living slow and sedentary for too long. We've got the energy to expand our lives now. We need to get back out there. It's time to participate in life. Take a yoga class. Join that gym. Learn a musical instrument or a second language. Blow some money on new clothes. Go back to church. Volunteer. Visit family. Call old friends. Have more sex. Go to the beach in a bathing suit. Get active, physically, socially, and emotionally. This is your new life. Go fill it up. Conclusion. Greek clean keto is the latest evolution in ketogenic diets. Eating clean is a lifestyle, not a diet. Will you lose weight? Most definitely. But we want more for you than that. People who are overweight or obese naturally see weight loss as the end-all solution to a better life. Because they struggle with food, they make all kinds of unhealthy choices. Physical and emotional stress is commonplace. It's difficult to make good decisions when you're in pain. The potential for chronic disease is high. Losing weight will reduce the burden on the body and stop the progress of diabetes and heart disease, both extremely positive outcomes. But psychological issues remain. Negative body image and a lack of self-confidence don't change with the numbers on the scale. Greek clean keto is a holistic lifestyle. Losing weight is the first step in living a healthier life. For your health. Greek clean keto is dedicated to the quality of the food you put in your body. It's not enough just to hit a carb macro. Putting unnatural chemicals and additives in your body contributes to inflammation. Dirty keto can have a negative effect on gut health, where 70% of the body's immune system resides. Here's a few reminders why you made such a good choice in following Greek clean keto. Weight loss is achieved without putting chemicals and carcinogens in your body. Mood is improved and depression alleviated by release of GABA neurotransmitters and endorphins. Low-carb consumption burns fat instead of glucose. Blood sugar levels are stabilized, reducing hunger pangs. Reduce your risk of cancer, heart disease, and stroke. Supports brain function and treats diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Less insulin is required to burn fat, reducing insulin resistance. Ketosis burns visceral belly fat. Belly fat is a precursor to type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Cook at home for family and friends to re-engage socially. Ketones provide a steady, consistent source of energy. Self-care leads to self-worth. Change is good. Before clean keto, we were sluggish and lethargic. We dropped out of many activities and events. It was uncomfortable to be seen eating, so we avoided parties and gatherings. We were isolated and lonely. Too many of us were ashamed. We spent our money at drive-through windows. We started diets that we couldn't maintain, losing weight, then regaining those pounds and more. We felt like a failure as our health deteriorated. Not anymore. When you follow clean Greek keto, you have the energy to fully participate in life. Slowly but surely, you'll engage in activities that encourage a healthier you. You're able to exercise, building muscle while burning calories. There's no problem traveling or paying for double seats on an airplane. You can stop avoiding full-length mirrors. It's time to get back out into the world. You achieved your goals. Now, enjoy your life. Be happy, be healthy, and live clean.